Rebecca Minkoff is a fashion designer and industry leader in accessible luxury handbags, accessories, footwear, and apparel. Rebecca's playful and edgy designs can be spotted around the world on young women and celebrities alike. Rebecca is also a rockin' woman.
Well, here we are with Rebecca Minkoff. So how you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Well, so, I would love to hear, how did you get started? How you have such an amazing story. Did you always know you wanted to be a fashion designer?
I think I went through periods where I thought I wanted to be one, but I also wanted to be a dancer. So I was a dancer since I was probably 8.
Do you still do any dancing?
None. Just with my son where I act like a dork just to get him to laugh.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. When I was about 18, I decided, this is what I want to do. So I moved here. I had nowhere to live except my friend's couch. And then I started working for a designer. I did that for about 3 years.
And so what designer did you work for?
His name is Craig Taylor.
Okay.
He made men's shirts for women.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So back then in 1999, boyfriend shirts is what they're called now. But
yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
So that was a great, way to get in. So is that how you kind of would say you broke into the fashion industry?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. The CEO took me under her wing, and she had me sort of work in every department of the company. So I really got a handle on marketing and PR and production and sales. So I felt that by the time I left, that I had a basic understanding of how to have a company.
What is the very first product that you designed, piece of clothing that you designed?
The first item ever in the history was a dress. I was 8, and I wanted this dress, and my mom...
So you've been designing clothes since you were 8?
I guess so, yeah.
That's amazing. So your first line came out when you were 8?
Yeah, but I mean, it was just for me to wear.
So you've been in the industry for much longer than I thought. That's pretty impressive. I have a funny question for you. You make bags. That is your, I love your bags. They're incredible and beautiful and very thoughtful as well. Do you, in technology, there's like a beta. You have a beta company or whatever, and you test it out online.
Yeah.
Do you do beta bags? Like you test it out, like let's see if this works, carry it around. Do you do that?
Yeah, we do that all the time. So I usually will carry a future season sample around and see what I like about it. And then we have it's called wear testing program within our company where our employees kind of test the bag, see what they like, don't like about the bag.
So they walk around and they kind of take them around town.
Yeah, they
take
will take it for like 2 weeks. We see how the leather wears in, we see if the pockets are deep enough. So, and then they come back, they fill out a form, kind of giving their thoughts.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we have a beta.
A beta. You definitely have a beta.
Yeah.
You have a son.
I do.
Right? Which is, I can't even believe you're running a company and you have a kid, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, how do you do it all?
I don't know. I think I'm always trying to figure it out. And I think sometimes I have good weeks and sometimes I have bad. So like this week, every morning was early, and I missed mornings with him that, that was tough. And I was like, okay, I'm going to change it so that I don't have 9 a.m. meetings every day. I'm going to make it 9:30 so I can get in extra time. So I think it's juggling it, and I'm lucky in that I travel a lot for work and I can bring him with me. So sometimes I can get good doses of time, whereas otherwise I might not see him.
Now, what was a point in your company building your company that you feel like you had to you kind of pivoted? There's always kind of a moment where you think you're going this direction, maybe it's purses, and then that you pivoted and it just changed everything for you.
I think there's been several of those pivots, so it was never just one tipping point. I think the first time we got picked up by a department store, that was a really big deal.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
which department store was that?
The first department store to pick us up was Bloomingdale's.
And now you're in 900 stores?
Well, if you add up all the stores everywhere, maybe like, let's say 700.
700. I couldn't even visit all those in a year.
No, neither can I.
Thank
God.
High five. That's a lot of stores.
Yeah, it's great. The next biggest step was I became a member of the CFDA, which is the Council of Fashion Designers of America. So that puts you sort of in this light of like, there's only 300 of us in this organization, and it's all these, you're with legends that are still alive and past, people that have passed away, but you really then sort of become more respected as a designer, I guess you could say. It's an application process, and you have to prove, that you have a business, that you're, a designer, that, you sell to places, that you've had some success. They don't just let in anyone, and you have to get nominated for it by other members within it. And then every year they have the Oscars, we call it a fashion, where you get awards if you're nominated, for different categories.
Are you wearing lots of Rebecca Minkoff right now?
I am. This jacket.
I want to hear about all of it.
Okay, so this jacket's an oldie, but I love it. I love the little pink.
Oh yeah, I love that.
like
I'm a blazer-aholic,
Yeah.
if that's a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm a blazer-aholic. Because I like to wear jeans, but I feel like you can dress up an outfit with
Right.
a blazer and a great pair of shoes.
Totally.
This is our t-shirt. We had an artist draw.
Amazing.
It's kind of creepy, but fun.
No, it's fun.
Yeah. And then jewelry. This is our bracelet from our line. And then this bar that I'm wearing is also.
Amazing.
So,
I
yeah.
love it. Yeah, your jewelry is so pretty. It's very delicate. And
Yeah.
so how would you describe your fashion?
I like to sum it up that it's a sexy tomboy. So it's not overly sexy. You're not showing everything. You're leaving a little bit to the imagination. And then there's a little hint of being a tomboy.
What is one piece of advice you have for an up-and-coming entrepreneur?
The biggest piece of advice that I feel like I tell anyone who asks me is you have to be persistent and you're going to fail over and over again. And it's that the fact that you keep getting up and trying again and figuring it out and learning from your mistakes, because my brother's my business partner and we've had so many moments where we're like, I don't know that we can do this anymore. Or, you know, you run out of money and the checks are bouncing or the lights are being, killed. And you just have to keep going and keep figuring it out and coming back with a different view of how you're going to succeed. And I think that it can look easy and it can look glamorous, but there's a lot of hard work behind it. So you have to know, it's not always about this fabulous life.
Tell me the story of your first purse that you ever made.
Yes. So I was at dinner with a friend who was an actress. Now she's on 1600 Penn.
Okay, great.
Jen Elfman.
Okay.
But she was on Dharma.
Great actress.
Yeah, she's great. So her husband and my brother are really good friends. So I had gotten to know her and we were at dinner and she goes, can you do a purse for me for this role I'm going to be in this movie? And I lied through my teeth and I said, yes, I can. I'll figure that out. And she's like, I need it in a week. So I came back here. I was in LA at the time and I hit the ground running, went to my leather vendor and I said, do you know anyone who makes purses or handbags? And they said, yeah, we have a guy. So he gave me a list of 3 people and I met with each of them. And the last guy that I met with, I could tell from his quality that he was my guy. So he helped me design the first bag because I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. And I shipped it. I made 2 samples, one for myself and one for her. And it was the most expensive handbag or anything that I'd made. It was $1,600 for both samples. And FedEx misdelivered by about 2 hours. So no movie. And at the time, now I look back, it's like, oh, whatever. But at the time, I was devastated. I thought it was my big break. I thought this was going to be it. And I was like, all right, I guess I just bought myself a really expensive bag, and I'll wear it. I'll carry it around. And that's when I started getting stopped on the street. And people were commenting on the bag, and I thought to myself, wow, there's something to this. So a friend of mine was a buyer at a store in LA, and she said, I'm going to buy it for the store, and my friend is going to write about it for Daily Candy.
Daily Candy is a great blog.
It's great.
I love it.
And the power that it had, 5 was just, it was like wildfire when the article came out.
So that was your first purse.
That was my first purse.
And that's the morning after bag?
Yep.
Now it's called the morning after bag.
Morning after bag.
And then the mini.
The Mad Mini.
Mad
and then
Mini.
the Mini Mini.
And the mini mini. I don't know if I've seen the mini
It's like a
mini.
miniature version of the bag. It's about this big.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So how many bags do you have now?
Oh my
designed?
gosh.
So many.
For fall, which we're showing in about 2 weeks, there's about 750 different styles.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you could put a different one in every store since you're in about 700
Yes,
stores.
each store could get 1 bag.
Yeah. So, okay, I was thinking, do you have any purse carrying tips? Could we show people how you carry a purse?
Sure.
Okay. So, how does Rebecca Minkoff carry a purse?
So when this doesn't weigh that much, I do this, which is not unlike a lot of
The
people.
kind of wrist hang?
It's the wrist hang.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of things where you have one strap and then a longer strap.
Yeah, all your purses do have that. I love that.
Most of them do. So then, with this guy, I'll do a little crossbody action if I want to be hands-free.
I like the crossbody.
If I'm running.
Yeah, and you're a busy, you're a working woman.
Working
You gotta
woman.
Run, hold a lot of things. Coffee
Yes.
is a must.
Yep.
So you need the cross. I
The
think
cross
is a good idea.
and then, you know, you can also do this.
Yeah. That's
Just
you just look cool when you carry the bag. So, Rebecca, will you tell me a little bit about these? These are the Stella Audio Couture.
For men, there's a lot of really great accessories in the music world. There's the jam box or, you know,
Right,
other things.
right.
But for women, there really isn't a lot. So we wanted to create something that a woman would be excited to buy and wear. So we created this audio clutch. Basically, it looks like this on the outside. And when you open it up, out pops out speakers. It's Wi-Fi, Bluetooth enabled. So you can take
makes
your
me wanna
clutch to
dance.
the party.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like tech couture.
Yeah, and they
Like-
made sure the sound is equal to not better than other things on the market.
This is such a surprise too. You're at a party, you're like, yeah, check out my really cute clutch. Oh,
then
now I'm
bam.
rocking out.
That's right.
Boom. I'm like the Valley Girl.
I'm like Rebecca Minkoff.
And now it's time for your Ditz moment.
You are like Rebecca Minkoff.
I'm totally like
You're
Rebecca Minkoff.
totally like Rebecca Minkoff.